So we're going to be talking about parties today. I have done countless trainings on parties, and I have trainings on how I do my messenger parties. I have Facebook party trainings. I have recordings of Facebook parties on my YouTube channel. I have bag party trainings on my YouTube channel. I have a really bomb training on there with Amber Cinereski that we did a couple of months ago, and she trained on all things parties as well. So there is not a shortage of party trainings for sure. I mean, there's party trainings everywhere from your workstation to all over YouTube. But just my channel specifically, I have a lot of detailed trainings on the different party types. I also believe I have one on there from when Shauna Baggett trained on home parties. When did she train on that? Maybe that's not on my YouTube channel. I can't remember what training that was. It was so good. I've got to go back and maybe it was in Brittany. I don't know if you're on Brittany. Maybe it was in her program that she did. There's a really good training on home parties from Shauna. So if you need one, I will find that and I'll link it in the comments of this post. But my point is, there is not a shortage of party trainings out there, but what I want to do today is dive into why you need to be partying, and give you some tips and let y'all kind of lead this training a little bit as well, because I want you to tell me what you struggle with in the area of parties. So go ahead and comment and start letting me know what is it about parties that you are struggling with, and what specific questions you have around parties. So first of all, why should you be doing parties? Parties are absolutely the lifeblood of your business. I've said that for years. If you're not partying, your business is not going to grow at a healthy pace that you need it to grow. It's going to grow a lot slower. It's going to be more stressful on you. It's going to be a lot harder to find new customers. You're going to be getting, a handful of new customers every month if you're networking, versus 30, 40, 50 new prospects a month. So me personally, from day one, I partied my little butt off. So I was doing 8 to 10 parties a month, every single month for the first 6 years of my business, I would say, 5-6 years. And it is absolutely crucial. You can't not party if you want to grow a big business and if you want to make sure that you're growing a healthy, sustainable business. So parties are the foundation. They are how you're going to grow your network. If you're not growing your network, this is just not going to work. This is network marketing. So if you're not networking, then this is never going to work. I do have a really good training on networking as well on my YouTube channel. But every new customer you get is going to lead you to new prospects, new customers, new hosts, new team members. So if you have one party and you get 10 new prospects from that party, even if all of them don't order, those are people who know more people. So with just one party, you can continue to grow your business for years and years and years to come, because you get 10 new customers, 2 of them book a party. That gives you 20 more new customers. I'm just throwing out random numbers. You can definitely get more, but that gives you 20 new customers when those 2 people book a party. Then 2 people from each of those parties book a party. That's 4 more parties, 40 more customers. So you're literally multiplying your business every time you party. And this business is a party plan company. This company is a party plan company. It's not LTO based. It's not, we get all caught up in these LTOs and try to sell everybody these LTOs, but if your network isn't big enough, your customers aren't going to buy these LTOs. Your same pool of customers are not going to continue to order and order and order and order. Like, you're sending them new LTOs every single week. Like, you're going to wear them out and they're going to be like, leave me alone. So if you're consistently growing your business, though, if you did 8 parties in November and gained 80 to 100 new customers from that, or potential customers, then you're way more likely to find people who want to buy those things, who want to join, who want to host, who want to join Scentsy Club, because you can't wear out the same people over and over with the same conversations. So the bottom line is, if you want this business to work, you must party. You must party. There's so many ways to party. It's going to change over time. It has changed and evolved over time since I joined. When I joined 7 years ago, online parties were like pretty much just starting. Facebook Live parties weren't a thing yet at all. It was just post, and they weren't very fun. So it was just starting out. Then it became recorded videos. Then it became live videos, and then live parties started being a big thing. There's still home parties. Not as many people may want to do home parties, but there's bag parties. Not as many people may want to do bag parties, but that's the thing, is you have to figure out what works for each person. First of all, figure out what works for you, what brings you joy in your business, and what you're going to offer to people. So somebody may not be good at a bag party because they may be like me and they sit at home all the time or work at home and they never see people. Like, I'm an introvert. I don't really go anywhere. So I wouldn't be good for a bag party at all. But if I worked in an office still, if I was still a dental hygienist, I would probably be pretty good for a bag party. I could share that stuff with the other hygienists, the assistants, the dentist. You know, it all depends on the person. So giving them choices is the first thing. But we have to get back to the basics. Stop worrying about all the fluff and get back to the basics of Scentsy and of whatever you want to call our business, multi-level marketing, MLM, network marketing, like whatever you want to call it. We have to get back to the basics. We are a party plan company. So if you're not partying, this is the time. It's almost a new year. This is the time that you're going to start setting up your January for success. So when you are booking parties, you need to have your month booked in advance. You need to start no later than mid-month booking your following month. You need to always be working 30 days ahead in your business. So, sorry, I've got a cold and drainage, and it's that scratchy, itchy throat crap, and then when you start talking a lot, it's like, ugh, it's the worst. So I stopped talking right in the middle of my sentence, and I shouldn't have done that because I lost my train of thought. This is the way my brain works. Okay, so let me go through and see what y'all are saying so I can kind of get some direction. Okay. Interaction seems to be a big one. Oh yeah, there's like 4 of you that said interaction. Okay, so first of all, interaction. Interaction is going to start with an excited host and good host coaching. So if you are not host coaching, that's the first problem. If you're not being picky with your host, that's another problem. So you need to be picky with who is hosting. You don't need to just let anybody and their mama host. If you choose to do that, go right ahead. I used to do it, but I had a lot of flopped parties. When I started being a little bit more picky with who I was allowing to host, it got a lot better because I made sure I had a host who was excited. I had a host who has even tried Scentsy before. Like, if the person wanting to host has never even tried Scentsy, don't do it. Get some Scentsy in their hand first. Let them try out the products. Let them experience them, even if it's samples. Let them experience a good bit of things. That way they have something to share, because just you sharing the product is not going to sell the product. The host has to really help out with a party. They have to give their personal opinions. They have to be willing to participate. They have to be willing to show people things. You know, like if you share a specific item and they have a friend who would love that item, they have to be willing to put in the effort to comment on that and say, hey, so-and-so, tag that person. Look, this is so perfect for your house, or whatever. So, you know, first of all, finding excited hosts who love Scentsy, who have used Scentsy, and like I said, if they haven't, get them using it first, and who are willing to put in the work to have a successful party, because they need to understand that you need their help, that they are going to have to follow your directions to have a successful party, because their friends are the ones, that person, that host, they are the ones that their friends knows, likes, and trusts already. They don't know you as the consultant. They just think you're some random salesperson if the host isn't on the same page with you, if that makes sense. So the host needs to be willing to show them, like, hey, this is my Scentsy lady. This is why she's amazing. This is why Scentsy is amazing. You're kind of hiring them to, like, be your assistant. So they're acting like a consultant with you and kind of partnering up with you and helping you with these parties, especially if it's a bag party, because with a bag party, you have zero connection with the party guests. It's all up to that host and how excited she is and how willing she is to share all of those things with people. If she's just going to take the bag to work and let it sit on the counter, that's not going to do it. She needs to understand exactly what she needs to do with that bag party, and if she will do those things, if she will put in that effort, then the products will sell themselves. But they're not going to sell themselves just sitting there in a bag on a counter that nobody knows what it is. So host coaching is absolutely key. Your parties are not going to be successful at all without an excited host who is willing to take your advice and do the things you tell them to do when you're host coaching them. So don't even party if you're not going to host coach. It's pointless. Host coach. Host coaching is key. I have a messenger party outline with host coaching that I've provided. We have online party outlines with host coaching that have been provided over the years. There's so many. If you literally just search this page, search outline, party outline, you will find all the things. There should be some in the files section. Like, just start somewhere and interact with your host. Teach them what to do. Tell them what to do. Tell them what works. Ask them to be involved. I know, like Shauna, I remember when she did her training on home parties, she was talking about how she tells the host, or I think she was talking about parties in general, but she was saying that she always tells the host, you're my hot girl for this party. Like, you've got to help me out here. So, I thought that was really good advice. Another thing is, it is very normal to have parties that flop. It's very normal to have parties that get 1 order or 0 orders or have a crappy host. It is normal, and that is why you have to prepare. You can't just book 4 parties a month and expect to get 2,000 PRV. We should all be striving for 2,000 PRV because it comes with a 5% bonus, and if there is the opportunity to make 30% commission instead of 20 or 25, why in the world would you not try for that? So if you want 2,000 PRV, you absolutely have to be doing 8 to 10 parties a month. Book 8 to 10 parties a month. If you're doing 8 to 10 parties a month and 2,000 PRV and you're getting 2 new recruits a month, your business is going to grow at a rapid rate and you're going to reach 6 figures way quicker than you think you will. So the parties are what is going to lay the foundation for high PRV, for new Scentsy Club subscribers, for new team members, because you're going to have enough people to talk to about joining. If you have 10 customers, you can have a conversation with them about joining, but then what? You're out of people to talk to. So you have to continue to grow. I would say 98% of my customer base, I did not know when I joined Scentsy, and that's because I've done so many parties. What I did was I chose a party style that worked for me when I joined, which was online parties. I was 24 hours away from family. I didn't know anybody. We were in Colorado. My husband was stationed there. We had just moved there. I'm from Alabama. I didn't know anybody. That was what worked for me, was online parties. I did do the occasional bag party. That's actually how I got Crystal Butler. And now she is a rock star on our team. And that's how I got her. But I focused hard on the party that I loved, that brought me joy over the years. And that has been online parties. Always has been. That is what I love. Maybe you're a home party person. Focus hard on that. Maybe you're a bag party person. I know plenty of superstar directors who built their business on bag parties. Focus hard on bag parties. Maybe you're a messenger party person. That is what I have switched over to, and I love it in this season of my business. Personal shopping links are great as well. They are not a replacement for parties. I want to make that very clear. Personal shopping links are not a replacement for parties. They are a great way to gain some referrals and gain some new customers, but you really want to be focusing on a party that's going to grow your business quickly, like bring you in a whole big group of customers. So a personal shopping link may bring you the occasional new customer, but you really need to be focusing on online parties, home parties, bag parties, messenger parties, text parties, same thing. Those things. Number one, like I said, give the host choices, because you don't want someone who is horrible at social media to be hosting an online party. So really make sure you're catering to that specific person's needs and what they are, their strengths, not necessarily their needs, their strengths. What are they great at? Let's see here. So the outlines that I personally have provided, they're tried and true. They have been used over the last 7 years, and they are tried and true, and they work. So as long as you're booking the 8 to 10 parties, they're going to work. Some of them may not. If your host is not willing to listen to your host coaching or be interactive, then their guests are probably not going to interact. Their guests are going to be as excited as they are. So, maybe that's something you also tell your host. Your guests are going to be as excited and interactive as you are. So if you're not interacting and excited, they're not going to be. In turn, you're not going to get any orders. So it's very important that they understand those things. But the 8 to 10 parties a month being booked is to prepare you. And you also need to front load your calendar. So book as many of those in the first 2 weeks as you possibly can. Again, this is another rule of thumb that I've always followed. It allows you plenty of time to make up for that PRV that was lost if you flip a party, because you should be joining, or you should be offering the host exclusive opportunity, the host exclusive kit to every single host. So maybe you book 10 parties. You book 10 parties for January. 2 join. So you lost that PRV. Maybe that was 2 $500 parties. So you lost 1,000 PRV when those 2 people joined. Huge, huge blessing for these 2 people, but you lost that PRV. So now what? You have 8 more parties. Maybe 2 of them cancel. 1 is a horrible host. That leaves you with 5 parties. If all of them do a minimum 200, that's 1,000 PRV. but you're gonna have more than that. I mean, I don't think it's very rare that 5 parties only do 200 PRV if they're good parties. So my point is, had you not booked 10, you'd be left with none. And that you'd be done. You'd be like, well, now what? Now I have to scrounge and try to find somebody to host last minute, or, you know, it just makes your business so much more, it makes it run so much more smoothly and less stressful when you are partying and you're, you know, you get in that rhythm. So, let me scroll through again and see if I missed anything. Now, one thing, okay, let me. Need a good schedule and plan. Okay, so I love what Crystal said. She said, I struggled with this until I started going live, introducing myself, within the first day of opening the party. Then I do the ticket game to get interaction and play live bingo. Now I rarely get a party that doesn't qualify. Yeah, bingo parties are fun too. I have a video of me doing one of those last year too. I did a lot of those during when COVID first started. People were just wanting that online fun interaction, and it worked for me then. And I know a lot of people are still doing bingo. Party games are very, very, very important. You can look up party games. You can Google, or not Google, you can search this page. You can look on YouTube. There's so many party games, but when you're playing party games, make sure they are purposeful. Make sure they are, just don't play games that are pointless. Play games that are going to help you book a party, or, you know, get potential recruits, or whatever the case may be, but try to play games that are not pointless. They need to be purposeful. So every single time you have a party, you need to be playing some kind of booking game. Because if you're doing 8 parties a month and you're not booking parties at every single party, then how is your business going to continue to grow? Like, yes, great, you booked 8 parties for January, but what happens when it gets January 15th and it's time to book for February? You have no parties on your calendar because you didn't book any parties during those parties. So for me, the most effective. The most effective thing for me over the years has been to play a booking game and to have one-on-one conversations. So, you know, if someone doesn't order, make sure they know, hey, if you can't order right now, that's totally fine. Do you have anything on your wish list that I can help you get for free and half off? I can tell you about your options. Boom. Maybe somebody is, you know, they tell you that, I'm so excited I got to get this warmer in bars. I had like a million other things on my list though. I wish I could buy them all. That's a great opportunity to book a party. Try and play games too, or make posts that are going to identify who likes certain items. And, you know, like maybe you do a post about which decor style is your favorite. Or if it's fall, maybe you do like, do you love fall or Halloween more? Do you like this fall warmer or this Halloween warmer more? Do you like this Christmas warmer or this Christmas warmer? And that way you can get an idea to gauge what they like, and then you can use that as a booking incentive. So anytime you can pinpoint a specific item that somebody loves, it's a way easier way to book a party because you can incentivize them with that specific item that makes them excited. I hope that y'all are getting some value from this. Please let me know if you are. I'll be honest, I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted. This month is just like, I was telling my husband, it's like my tank is just empty. I'm just like, I feel like I have nothing left to give anybody at this point. So, yeah, I prayed that I could give y'all some value and that y'all would learn something from this training. So I really hope that it is helping. Do you usually use the same content from party to party, or what's a good tip for having multiples going? Yes, I do use the same content. I have the same exact outline, the same exact videos that I use for my messenger party. If I'm doing a live party, I do it the exact same way every time. I change it up, like if from season to season, from holiday to holiday, I change it up. I try to make it more themed and, like just change up little things here and there. But for the most part, your outline can stay exactly the same. The simpler, the better. The simpler you can keep it, the better. It needs to be, your parties need to be simple so that people can see that they can do this too. And of course, so that you're not getting overwhelmed with your parties, and that they continue to bring you joy, and they continue to be replicatable in your business as your business grows, as you grow a team and that kind of thing. So this is another good thing that I need to talk about. So I'm glad you said that, Crystal. What I started to do as my business started growing, or maybe you are still working another job, or you are like Crystal and you have kids that you're homeschooling, or whatever it is, when you're trying to figure out what party style works for you, you also need to figure out what days of the week work for you to do parties, what times. That way you can offer it to people. I always give people an option when I'm booking a party. I'll give them an option of 2 different days, or, like 2 different times, however you want to do it. Give them the option, let them choose. But it has to be something that works for me. So something that works for me and my family and our schedule. And I will do, so as my business grew more and more and more, and my team was growing more and more, I didn't have as much time to do parties. So instead of 8 a month, I was doing 8 a month, but it was only taking me 4 nights out of my month. So I would merge 2 parties together and do them in one party. So I would do 4 nights a month instead of 8 nights a month. I would do 4 nights a month, and I would do 2 hosts in one party. I love it. It creates, you can make it kind of a competition between the hosts, who can sell more. It creates more interaction because there's more guests. There's more excitement because there's 2 hosts. I love it. I absolutely love doing parties like that. So you're working smarter, not harder, and it benefits you because there's more people, there's more interaction, there's more excitement. Let's see. There are, my party template for messenger parties is in our group Google Drive. We have Facebook party outlines. If you just search Facebook party outline on this page, like in the search bar, you can find outlines from over the years, or look in the files section. That I don't think they're in the group Google Drive because I don't have a super updated one, but they are definitely on this page if you search. And the ones that you do find, try to find the most recent one, and then comment under it, and it'll bump it to the top of this page. So it'll kind of stay more searchable. Ooh, 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 what did I just do? There we go. Yeah, you definitely want to change up your pictures or your videos or whatever with the seasons. Just kind of refresh it, especially if you have repeat hosts. Something good to do each season is reach out to your successful hosts from the season before and see if they want to rebook a party. Sometimes they'll bring you new people. Sometimes it'll be the same group of people, but it may bring you, the same guest may come, but somebody may want to book a party that didn't want to before, and that's going to bring you new customers. Let's see. Merge lives from 2 groups. What? Is that a thing? Yes, there is Vizly, Vizzlie, for party templates and scheduling everything out, and it is amazing. And there's actually a Facebook group for Scentsy consultants specifically for Vizly templates. So I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but if somebody knows it, and you can leave it in the comments. That would be great. But it's a Visley codes for Scentsy consultants or something like that. It's all like people sharing their template codes so that you can just take that code and plug it in and make it your own. So like you can take a code, plug it in on there, and then it already has all of the scheduled out posts for the party, but then you can just go through and change them up as you want to and make them personalized. But it's a great way to start where you're not having to go in and spend hours and hours and hours setting that up. So highly recommend that page. Highly, highly recommend that page. Yes, so 2 hosts, yeah. 2 hosts will change up how you post, so you'll just do the 2 shopping links. I'll just do like, here's how to shop, you know, like if you're doing like, here's how to shop post, you'll just put Cassidy's party link, and then you'll put Jamie's party link. That way people know which one to click on. Yeah, so I was just doing, if it's a messenger party, I'll just have both hosts in there and then they add all their people. Or if I'm doing a Facebook Live party, it'll just be one group and then both hosts and all their guests will be in there. Still one live. It's the exact same thing. You just have 2 different shopping links. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for sharing that group. Okay, what else did I have on here? I want to direct y'all to a training about, oh yeah, there's Scent Share too. Brandy just shared that. Scent Share is really good. I used to use that years ago before I found Visley. Before I found Visley, I would use Scent Share. So that's another one you can look into. I just love Visley because of that group with the codes. I think it's a very valuable group. Plus I use Visley for other things too. I use it for my text alerts and it's really good. But I want to direct y'all to a training by Katie Lassiter. If you struggle with the actual how to book parties and like how to word it, the most important thing is to steer clear of the word party. So Katie has a really good training on her YouTube channel. Katie Lassiter, Lassiter is how you spell her last name. It's a training about how to book parties without saying the word party. It's a really, really good training on that. So I want to direct you to that. If you are struggling with how to actually book the parties. Booking parties it's not hard. So many people complicate it. It's not hard. The problem typically why you can't book parties is you're just not asking enough people. And so if somebody comes to me and they say, I can't book parties, nobody wants to book parties. I'm like, how many people did you ask? And if you've asked 5 people, then you didn't put enough effort in. Like you need to ask 30 people. So that comes with networking. If you don't have 30 people to ask, go meet 30 people. There's customers and hosts and team members everywhere out there. You know, if you're going to get your nails done, why are you not giving the nail salon all the Scentsy things to put in their salon and try and show other people? And, you know, if you're going to get your hair done, why are you not giving your hairstylist a bag party? You know, if you're going to the dentist office, why are you not taking your hygienist some samples? You know, like there's new customers everywhere. But you have to open your mouth to open your business. I think I covered everything on my notes. So if anybody else has any more questions, let me know. I'm trying to think of anything that I left out. Live parties, if you can do live parties, that is what built my business the most. That is the most connected type of party you can do without it being in person. It's basically an in-person party. They can interact with you in live time. Like, that is what worked for me for years growing my business. I love messenger parties because I can pre-record the videos, but they're still seeing my face, they're still hearing my voice, and I'm still interacting with them in that group message. And I love the group messenger parties because everybody's all in one place, everybody's all in one message, everybody's being notified when you're sharing things, and the videos are a minute or less versus getting someone to sit on a Facebook Live for 30 to 45 minutes. That's a lot to ask of someone. I don't have 30 to 45 minutes to sit on a Facebook Live at a party. I mean, I don't even host parties because I don't have the time to host a party for somebody else. So, you have to think about how busy people are and how willing they are to sit down for that long and watch a video that's 45 minutes long, especially to go back and watch a replay that they missed. It's a lot to ask. So for me, I've noticed that a lot more people actually watch the content and interact in a group message because the videos are shorter. They can pop in at any time. They can just pop in each night when they go to bed and they're laying there in bed. They can check everything that was posted over the day. And it's a lot, and there's a lot more interaction going on because it's all in one message. And then a lot of times if you're doing a group party or an event, they won't be notified each time that you post things. They'll miss things. It's just, I feel like it's such a good connection in a group party, a group message party. And you can do that as a group text or a group message. I let my host choose on that because if they aren't very active with Facebook or they know their friends don't have Facebook Messenger, then I know that we need to do a group text. Any more questions? Any more questions? Or anything that anybody wants to add? Does anybody have any tips, advice, like anything that's working really good for you right now with parties? You have to think too about LTOs and specials and things like that. New catalogs, 10% off month, bring back my bar. You can do themed parties. Themed parties are so fun. Like, that's another thing, is being unique with your parties and making them stand out, because a lot of people have moved away from the party setting and they're just kind of burnt out with it. But like, if you make your parties really unique, make them stand out, if you have to make them themed, if you have to, whatever you want to call them. I call mine Scent Socials. You can call it an online girls night, like whatever you want to call it. Ugly Christmas sweater party, if you do a home party this time of year. Like, there's so many different ways that you can run with that, make it unique. But if you can make your parties and you stand out, people are going to be a lot more likely to want to do it. And then at the party, like I said, is going to be the easiest way to book more parties, because they're going to be in the moment, in the excitement, in the environment. They're going to be ready to do their own because they're in the moment. So at the end of the day, rule of thumb, 8 parties a month at minimum. 8 parties a month. Book your parties before the month starts. Front load your parties for the first 2 weeks of your month. And book parties at every single party. Don't have a party without a goal of booking at least 2 parties at that party. And remember, don't party without host coaching. Fun! Brandy said December is 12 days of Christmas themed parties. I've had so much fun with them. That is so fun. I love that. Alrighty, well, I hope y'all learned something today. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. It should be uploaded here soon. You can share it with all the people you want to. Check out the other trainings I told you about on my YouTube channel, as well as Katie Lassiter's video. And I will talk to y'all again soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.